Hey, welcome back to the Grid Culture. If you like my commentary, feel free by the end of this video to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Let's talk about Jason Aldean and all the controversy that's surrounding him. Um, he dropped the video, this small town video. Try that here in the small town, which is basically a video and a song. I don't think it's appealing as far as audio. On the audio aspect, it's not an appealing song, but I'm not offended by it. But he's taking aim at a lot of the crime that's going on in the big cities, which is why he's saying try that here in a small town, of course, right? He's also referring to a lot of the stuff that happened in 2020, which was horrible, man. And a lot of people got tricked out of the position. They got tricked understanding that those were the type of actions that the government wants you to take. They want you to burn down things because that just gives them more power. When you're not able to sustain for themselves, when you're burning down your jobs for the people within that community and everything. And that wasn't all black people. It was a lot of white people that were coming in and a lot of agents that were coming in and starting that mess. Just like there was agents at the January 6th thing. But the difference between those two things is at least those people on January 6th, no matter how stupid their gripes were, they still went to the core of their issue, and they didn't go tearing up everything else. See, they want you to go tearing up your towns. But people don't think. Now, as far as Jason Aldean, and he got his song taken down from, CMT. Is claiming that in the video he was performing in front of a courthouse that had a very famous lynching or whatnot. It's hard to tell what goes through these people's minds, with anybody's mind, when they make a particular song, especially when they're not being, it's not direct. So you can come to any type of conclusion. Is it a possibility that he could have had that in his mind when he filmed that in front of the courthouse? It's possible, but who knows? There was a lot of black people getting lynched in front of a lot of courthouses around America. Now, and it's in his area, the courthouse that Jason Aldean chose. It's about an hour away from Nashville, but it's still considered the Nashville suburb. So for whatever that's worth, that could fuel the fire of people thinking he chose that place on purpose. I could understand why people could come to that particular conclusion, but like I said, who knows what's going through these guys' minds. People being offended by this, if the shoe fits, wear it. If black people are offended by this, the shoe fits, wear it. There's all type of aspects that come to this. Now, do black people need assistance with this type of thing? Yes. Instead of people, speaking from their soapbox or speaking from out of town, like, what are you doing to assist with the people? Because there's a lot of people within the community. They have to deal with this shit. It's black people. The main victims of this type of crimes and stuff are black people. Black people had to suffer because of the shit that was burned down. Black people had to suffer because, got to suffer because all the crime that goes on in the community. And like I said, he could be referring to all liberals or whatnot. Who knows? But we know the reality of the stuff that's going on. Let's not sugarcoat shit, right? So there's a lot of, but their fight, the people who protest those type of things, they don't get the people who protest the crime in the community, in the hood and everything, they don't get those spots on CNN or MSNBC. CNN and MSNBC tend to only talk about, they cherry pick police brutality cases and stuff. even though police brutality happens to everybody in horrible ways to a lot of people. They cherry pick those things. Now, I do have an issue with him. Of course, like I said, he's in front of the courthouse, and he's, talking about, going at the police and stomping on the flag. Like, that comes across as some bootlicking and, kneeling down to power. Because y'all forget, because a lot of folks in those small towns, and, a lot of conservatives and whatnot, white folks, however you may want to lump them all in, y'all forget that the police are the arm of the government, and who are the ones who are taking away your constitutional rights. Think about 2020. Everybody keeps going in these circles, and everybody's like a mirror image of each other when it comes to the stuff that they gripe about and the stances that they take. There's so many aspects to this that it's crazy. So there's people that do need assistance, even if it's your voice. And from all the music that's being pushed, the murder, people, they're mad about this. Think about all the murderous music that hits the top 100 in the Billboard charts of all these rappers that's impacting the minds of the youth. Because it's not just poverty, anything like that. Black people, because of everything that's happened, it's a continuous thing. It's gradual. There's certain different aspects, certain different things that have been applied to the community that's just rotted a lot of the youth's mind, and a lot of it is the stuff that is shown on television. So who's gonna help with that? Who's gonna, you don't even gotta be in the community, but at least give a voice to that. I understand that, yeah, there's a lot of white people that do get fucked up by these little black hoodlums and stuff like that. I understand the conversation. I understand the reality because I come from the element. I know what goes on. So there's a lot of stuff that doesn't get talked about in the media, and there's a conversation that's going on the internet, and there's some legitimacy to it. But it comes from somewhere. So what are we doing to nip the stuff in the bud without being divisive toward each other? Can your small town come together with some of the people in those bigger cities? And can we come to, you don't have to, you're not obligated to, but what are you willing to do to help make it better for people who need that type of help? Who they're tired of the violence and stuff that's affecting them within that community. They're the main ones. Yeah, it gets the stuff that, you have the news, they do the gaslighting tactic, and they talk about, oh, it's white people this, white people that. And, that's not the reality, because what happens is, black folks, they trying to get away from the hood, and they move out to these white suburbs. Can racist stuff happen in these places? Yeah. But they're willing to take their chances. They're playing the odds, right? Now, there's not a lot of black folks or whatnot in these small towns, though. There may be few and some, but it's not a lot in these small towns. So how much violence is happening in these towns and all of that? It's like I said, man, it's kind of a passive aggressive thing. It's a passive aggressive message that he's sending out. But like I said, I don't think the song is necessarily good. And that's not because, like I said, I'm not offended by the song or anything like that. Anybody taking offense, like I said, it's if the shoe fits, wear it. But I don't take any type of offense to the song or anything like that. I just don't think I think he forced the lyrics. It sounds forced. But I understand where it all comes from, and you got to see why it has a large support. It garnered a large support, and that's for a reason. And It's not necessarily because people are racist. Like I said, are there racist people? Is there a racist system, stuff like that? Yeah, there is all of that. But that's just very short-sighted to just come to that conclusion. There's a lot of different things working, a lot of different things that are going on. So, I don't know, man. I don't think CMT should have dropped the song or anything like that. Shit, if the people like it, play that joint. But it's just a lot of work that's got to be done. That's all I got to say. If you disagree with me, if you disagree with me, or if you agree with me, let me know how you feel. If there's any aspect of this that I missed, put it down in the comment section. But yeah, there's a lot of work that's got to be done and got to unite this country, because there's a lot bigger things going on that are at play, and people being divided and fighting over, fighting with each other over dumb shit. You just giving the government more problems. The government is your problem. And that's the problem. That's the issue that I have with that video, is him standing in front of that courthouse and capping for the flag and capping for the police. When you should be should be revolting against these folks, because nobody's going to be spared. Nobody is being spared, and nobody is going to be spared. Don't give a damn who you are. I'll holler at y'all later.